name's Jessica, Sweetwater Stitcher, and I'm back with another episode today. And today is November 17th, 2022. And I want to just thank everybody for stopping by today to check out what I've been working on. I have a lot of stuff. I have finishes from this week. I have previous finishes, whips, haul, a couple stitch alongs I'm going to be starting and then next week and December 1st. And then go through my giveaways and talk a little bit about what the next couple weeks are going to look like. So grab pen, paper, whatever you're stitching on, and join me today. Thank you for stopping by. To my previous subscribers, thank you so much. And anyone who is new, I did notice on my comments that I had quite a few new people joining. Thank you for coming over to check out. If you like what I have on my channel, feel free to hit the subscribe button. You can also hit the bell to be notified when I have a video come up. And I know I like to do that for lots of different channels. So as soon as they upload a new video, whether it's their regular weekly or bi-weekly video, or they have extra content, I automatically get a notification and know to go that they have a video and I can head over and watch it. I try to post on Instagram when I do have my video come up, just in case you haven't done that, but that's another way to be notified. And I also, if you are new, I try to come weekly on either Thursday or Friday, depending on what the week is looking like. And I record around midday on Thursday. So I try my hardest to get it up before the end of the day Thursday. And some people will watch a Friday morning if they're a regular watcher. But that is enough information for the beginning. So let me go ahead and one more update really quick is we did have the storm last week, Nicole. It was just heavy rain and wind. We did have a couple screen panels that were loosened from the previous hurricane came down. But besides that, we really had no damage. We did find there was one place where we think the water was coming in because there was a little bit of water back in the one bedroom that we had. But it was very minimal and it's already dried up and we're getting that taken care of. So besides that, no big things. And my son was just out of school for Thursday and then they reopened back on Friday. So it was, for us, it was not a big deal. Their coast and the beaches had horrible damage. And my parents, they have a beach condo, and some of the pictures from over there was just like flooding and massive devastation to the coastline. So I know they're going to be rebuilding the coast and trying to work on all of that for a while. But besides that, us inland, it did not affect us badly at all. So thank you for those of you who were checking in and giving your well wishes. I really appreciate that. I am just checking my notes to make sure I stay on track today. All right, let's go ahead and get to the finishes. So what I did, I brought some previous finishes. Sorry, I'm knocking the camera. I also have finishes that I did this week. And I'll let you know, some of them are, actually only one of them was something I stitched recently. The other ones were pieces that I had stitched and I had not finished yet that I found in bags that were either already completed or very close to being completed. And they were, I was going through my whips and trying to see which projects I could unkit or what I had that was ready to be finished. And that's where I found all of these. So I too have things that are not finished. I know I finished a lot, but I don't even know. One of the pieces, literally I had to do the border, and that was all. And I don't even know why I put it back in the bag, having not done it. So let me go ahead and get started. And I do not remember what some of these names are, so I'll try to look them up and link them below. But if I can't find them, then you can probably figure it out. Okay, this is, I don't know, this is either Country Cottage or Little House Needleworks. And this is called, I'm thinking like Fresh Cut or something like that. I know I stitched this last year. This is, let's see, 14 count white dot on natural, I think. It's fabric flare. And I'm pretty sure I used the called for colors. There is supposed to be another, this border is also supposed to be down here, but I didn't feel like it needed that, so I left that off. This is a picture frame from, let's see, it's either from Hobby Lobby or Michael's, I'm not sure. And it sits up like this way. And it's like this kind of shiplappy type of board. It's uneven. And I just covered a piece of sticky board with some homespun, black and white homespun from, I'm pretty sure this is also from Hobby Lobby. I finished a couple things with this one. And the 3 homespun I have, I'm almost 100% positive I bought them at Hobby Lobby. And then I mounted this on a piece of board, and then I just have a simple bow up at the top. But I really like how this came out, and yeah, I'm not going to say any more about this piece because it may or may not be an exchange gift. So I finished that. Then this is Holly Tree Farm from Stitching with the Housewives. And this I had finished. And if I showed you what the stitched piece looked like before I mounted it, you would have gasped. I had like a ½ an inch around the border to mount this thing. I don't even know how I got the piece to be so small. I don't know what I was thinking. I think I had a scrap and I was like, oh, I'll stitch it on that and it's fine. This is on 14 count chalkboard Ada with the called for colors. And this is a Stitching with the Housewives. I mounted it on, this is a board from Stitch Etc. And then this ribbon is from Hobby Lobby, and it was in the sales section. I don't know if they have it anymore, but I really like that for Christmas because it has the red and the white and the natural, and it's just a simple finish. Then I have both of these, actually all 3 of the pillows are the next things. I need to finish the backs of them, but I really am enjoying when I'm finishing a piece that I had stitched on Ada. It makes it a lot easier, in my opinion, to have fabric around the edge of the stitched piece. Because when I go to turn my pillow, if I don't have fabric stitched along the edge, I find that it's hard to get the corners to be really square. So this is one, this is the topper from the December calendar crate. No, I'm sorry, December Trucking Along. And I'm not in the club this year, the month to month, but since Priscilla and Chelsea have started designing, I've been in all of their clubs with Fat Quarter Shop. And so this was the Trucking Along. I got to, I don't remember. I feel like I did not do November. So I think I got through October, and then things got crazy, and that's about with all the clubs where I've kind of fallen off stitching them. And it's just because, and everybody knows, November and December just get crazy. And then when this one was going on, I think I was pregnant. And then the next one, I was pregnant again. No, I'm not pregnant now. But then we moved and all kinds of stuff. So I feel like I've always fallen off of the club stitching about this time. So I had stitched this piece. I had not finished the bottom part, but I thought, well, there's no sense in leaving this in the bag. It's already finished stitching. So I went ahead and I used the Vonna Pfeiffer tutorial again, the Twisted Stitcher, to do the flange pillow, which this is how I did those calendar crate pillows too. And this can sit in a dough bowl or on a tier tray or wherever. And I need to sew the back up and then put something over the top. But I just thought this turned out really cute. And this is the black and white I was talking about that I used on the back of the, it's either Little House or Country Cottage. So this is what it looks like in case you're interested. But I just think this turned out so cute. And this is where I'm talking about, like up in these corners, if I only put fabric on the back, or I finished another pillow that I did the fabric a little differently, and it was on linen, so it was a little easier. But if this wasn't here, it's really hard for me to get the corners square if I'm using Ada and I'm trying to make it into a pillow. So that's my main reason and I like the look of this pillow too, as you can tell, because I've made a bunch of them now. And then this is another one. I did not have the bottom part for Truckin Along done, but I had stitched the January, and so I made that into a pillow. And this was another homespun, and I still need to sew the back up and put something on it. But this was another homespun, and I have, with this with this fabric, I have either one or two, I can't remember, and I want to do some more of the Brenda Gervais Snowball, I think is the book. It has all the little pillows with the snowmen on it, but I used this fabric for that. So I thought this could sit in that bowl, and then I could have some of the other finishes in there. So this was January. Again, I did not finish the bottom part, but I did do the top. So if you have, either you have them all done and you haven't done anything, sorry, there's a little string, with them, or if you too only had stitched the top and you don't have the bottom finished, this is a good way to use this to display them. So that was two more. And then this one, and again, I have to finish the back. I just quickly got these together the other day. But this was my Berries in Bloom wreath. I did check, and the large round ornament from Chantel 141 Design Company's ornament box will fit this on there, and this is on 36 count. I was going to put it on there, but I didn't have it painted, and I really wanted to just get the things finished, and so I decided to turn this into a pillow. So this is my finish, and I just used the same on the back. I really like this red and white fabric. This is from Hobby Lobby as well, and I just think that this turned out really cute, and I'm excited to put this in my dough bowl downstairs. So that was my other finish. So those were all finishes that I did this week. I will, before I go into I have two previous finishes I brought up. One thing that I do like to do that kind of helps calm me down in my stitching mania, I feel like, when it's about to be a new holiday, because I am a seasonal stitcher, but I also have gotten into samplers and kind of doing some everyday stitching. But as far as the seasonal pieces, it really helps me to put into perspective what I want to prioritize after I decorate. So I did go ahead and decorate for Christmas. And one reason I did that is because we are going out of town on Tuesday for Thanksgiving. And when we come back next weekend or the following weekend, I really didn't want to have to be decorating for Christmas. I wanted it to be done. So I went ahead and put up the Christmas stuff. And after I decorated, then I had an idea as to where I had holes in my decorations and where I had places I wanted to put more stitching. One of the places was my dough bowls or any type of pillow finishes. I don't have a lot. I have one and maybe another one. So this is going to go in the bowl. And then I have a couple things in my whips or things I want to work on that I will use to put into pillows to create a dough bowl. I have a lot of ornaments. I put my tree back here. I have some ornaments on my main tree, and then we have another tree in the playroom that has like kids ornaments, and it has some Lori Holt stuff, which I'll bring that stuff for my next video. So I do want to still do a few of those ornaments, but I kind of realized, okay, this is where I am lacking in some of my stitching that I wanted to have on display. So that kind of helps me. And then I can say, these are the things I really want to get done this year. And then some of the bigger pieces or some other pieces, I'd like to get them done, but I don't feel like I have to hurry up and finish and not do anything else, but I can kind of take my time. So I don't know if that helps you guys or if it will help you, but that's how I kind of then prioritize what I am working on for the upcoming season. All right, so these are two previous finishes, and I just pulled these two because they both are, one is Priscilla and Chelsea, and the other is Hands-On Design with Priscilla. And then for the next video, I have a couple larger Lori Holt Christmas pieces, and then I have some ornaments of hers, and I'll bring those for the next video. So this is, I don't remember what this one is called, but this is one of my favorites. And of course, I don't know where the other one is, but I also have the Sip of the Seasons. This is one of the Sip of the Seasons, and maybe it's Rudolph and Santa or something, Rudolph and something or other. But I also have the one that has Santa Claus on it too. And if I can find that, I'll put a picture of that in the video. So this is on a board. It's like a cutting board, and it's from Hobby Lobby, but it's from the spring section. And I thought this was perfect. I might put in the middle a button or a gingerbread man, but I didn't find anything, so I just left it like this. And it has the red, what do you call them? Stitching stripes. So I love that one. And then I think that this is, if this is not my favorite, this is one of my favorites. And I don't even know what it is about it that is my favorite. I think I like the finish. I like the jar, the Santa, I don't know. I really like licorice red, and I know the Santa's heads were in licorice red, or the hats. So this is Merry Chockful by Hands-On Design with Priscilla Blaine. And this is my finish. And I think I also just like that the stitching is small, but I have this like really oversized frame with this, and it just, I don't know. It's something about it. It just makes me really happy, and I like it. So I wanted to show this one. And I know you can still get these. I am pretty sure, if I was looking and like seeing it correctly, I'm pretty sure you can get this pattern on Hands-On Design's website as a PDF download. And if you can, I'll link it below. I'll go back and check. But if you haven't stitched this, then it's a really fun. And this was the first ever cross-stitch club, pattern and floss and everything club I was in. And this was through Fat Quarter Shop. And this I stitched right at the beginning of when I got started stitching. So I think that also kind of has some type of memory for me. So I really like that too. And this is just a frame from Hobby Lobby, like you can see at the bottom. So those are my previous finishes. And then I have one more that's a finish stitched, but I did not fully finish it. I need to do it this week. I have to paint something, so I wasn't able to get it done. But this is my finish of, oh, what is it called? Quilty Barn by Lori Holt. And I changed the colors to have a buffalo check silo. The border, so this was the one that I had the whole entire thing done except for the border. I had the red parts, but I didn't have the white. And they called for it to be like a solid border, but I decided to do just these squares. I thought that looked fun and simple, and I could get it done real quick. And then this is the Christmas tree from the Vintage Christmas pattern by Lori Holt. And I am going to paint and finish it on one of the silo barns from 141 Design Company. And I have had this barn since Chantel came out with it, and I have yet to finish a piece to go on it. So I need to paint this and get this on and get this up for Christmas. But again, this is Quilty Barn. This is one of the barns from Lori Holt. And I do not know what, I know this is 347. And I do not know, this is 310. Probably 3865. I don't know what the gray is. And I don't know what the greens are. So, but you could use anything. I most likely used stuff that was in the pack. I don't really remember. So there is that. Now, that's a lot of stuff. Okay. Whips. So this week I started off, I don't really even know what I started with actually. I'm just going to go ahead and start with this because this has an explanation also. Lots of things recently have an explanation. Okay, so this is, and let me see if I can do it on the back here. Okay, this is Christmas Rules by Primrose Cottage. And I am doing this stitch along with the Cornhusker State Stitchers, and there's lots of other people doing it. The hashtag is hashtag Christmas Rules Sal. And I posted about this yesterday, and I had only the top and like part of one of the next one done. So I've got some more done, and then I have a explanation for this. I am stitching it on black. I put the colors in my post, and I'll also post them in the description box. But this is my progress so far. So I stitched the whole top, and then I started stitching just the words. So I have Deck the Halls, and then this has something, Drink Hot Chocolate, and there's something here. And then this is Hang Your Stockings. So I need to get the rest of the word stocking on there. I have a specific piece, and I'll show it, that I want to finish this on. And this is the piece. Let me see if I can put it on and show you. And it's not long enough to do the entire thing. So what I am doing, and I'm kind of doing this as I go, and I'm going to see how many I can fit at the bottom, is there's two of the rules. One of them is build a snowman, and one of them is go sledding. And I am going to omit those two for sure because I live in Florida and we do not have snow. So I thought, well, those are easy to not put on here. And so I'm hoping I can fit the Spread Joy and the Believe on here. But if I don't have enough room, then I will just put the Spread Joy. But I think I can fit both of them because I have, I folded this all up yesterday. I have this much room at the bottom. So Spread Joy and Believe, I think will both fit on here. But this is the piece I want to finish it on. This is from the spring section at Hobby Lobby too, so they don't have it anymore. Maybe they'll have it again, and I don't know. But I just thought this was really interesting. And I bought it a while ago on sale, and I've been wanting to stitch something to put on it. But I think this is really pretty on it. So I need to get the stockings and do the other words, and then I'll go back and fill in the blanks. But I started doing the words last night because I came up with the idea, or I measured it and then figured out I needed to take some stuff out. So I was really trying to work hard to get as much done as I could to, so I could show that to you guys. And so I could see what I needed to do. But I got all of this done last night. So I am hopefully going to work on this some more to at least get the words done in the next couple days so I can see how much I need to do, and then I just need to fill in the motifs. This is going much quicker than I thought it was, and again, this is Primrose Cottage Christmas Rules. All right, this is another stitch along, and this is the Redbird Sampler by Brenda Gervais with I Needle and Thread. This is a stitch along that started on the 15th with Lori Holt and her friend Julie, and her YouTube name is Stitching with Julie, I'm pretty sure. Juli. I will put her below. But they are hosting this, and I'm pretty sure that the hashtag is just hashtag Redbird Sal or Redbird Sampler Sal. I don't remember that either. But I'll put that below. I'll put the hashtag as I'm talking. But this started on the 15th, and I am stitching it on 36 count Mayflower by Fox and Rabbit. And I am using the Victoria Clayton silk conversion. And this, I started stitching on the Christmas rules when I was supposed to be stitching this. So I got a little bit done. I did start in the middle. And then these are well, I have them all in this cross stitch clutch. You can they're on the spools, and the website is handdyedfibers.com, and it's Victoria Clayton is the silk dyer. They're so pretty. I hope you guys can see them. But I was trying to figure out, because I brought this to the retreat, and I started the very middle part, and then I ended up working on something else because it was too hard to concentrate. But I almost lost one of these, and I have heard somebody else talk about almost losing them. So Chantel said, use the cross stitch clutch. That would be perfect. And they fit in here perfectly. And then you can put your extra pieces, and you could do it in a circle, whatever, inside. And then you're not going to lose them while you're stitching. So I thought that was a great idea. But I am excited to work on this some more. I was trying to get over to this so I could work on this flower motif, but it's not very big at all. It is 135 by 117, and it is in full color on the inside. It's a really big chart inside, so easy to see. But this is Redbird Sampler with Lori Holt and Julie Stubbs. And I am putting it in my support group bag because Lori made this pattern, and I thought it's a Lori Holt or Sal with Lori and Julie, and this is her pattern. So, because I was trying to figure out what I wanted to use this bag for, but I'm like, okay, that's the correlation I can make to the bag. So I'll hopefully remember what's in the bag. This too was inspired by watching Lori's latest video, which if you haven't watched, you need to go over and watch, because it had so much good stuff. I feel like it got me in trouble. But it was quite funny because I do watch all her videos, and I feel like a lot of the stuff she was showing I have, whether it's from watching her or Brenda and Laura, but I was like, oh, I have that. Oh, I can work on that. So this is one that she finished already, and then it got me inspired to get it back out and work on it because I love the colors of this. I love the saying. It's so cute. This is Jenny Bean's Christmas Sampler by Shakespeare's Peddler, who's also Kitten Stitcher. And this is a PDF download on her website. And Lori used hand-dyed from her stash, and I just took a screenshot of her picture, and then I was matching to what I had. This is how far I've gotten. This is on 36 count Cream and Sugar by Fiber on a Whim. And it's just so pretty. The colors on this are so gorgeous. So I am trying to just match up to what Lori had used from her picture, and I'm completely guessing what it is, but like some of the colors, I know colors she likes, and she uses in other patterns, and that's kind of where I came up with the colors that I was using. And then this was just because I needed some more pillows for my dough bowl, and so I had this pattern. I was waiting to start it, and I pulled this out. This is Merry Old Soul from Brenda Gervais. Super cute Santa. And I got started on this, and this is on 36 count Confederate Gray. And I'm using Color and Cotton. But this was like 2 nights worth, I think. But I was trying to get to a point where I could do some fill-in. And really, there's not that much left on this besides filling in. And then there's like a few other little things over here. So I would like to get this done as well for my dough bowl. That was another whip. And then let me see. Okay, I have a couple more. I'll save that. Okay, this, oops, I posted about. I have been waiting for this pattern to come out. It finally came out, and I was like, I'm not doing anything else. I'm only doing this. And then, of course, I got distracted. But I'm getting back to it, and it's really not as big as I thought it was. So this is Santa Stops Here by With Thy Needle and Thread, Brenda Gervais. So cute. And I worked on this, and I got... This is when I was working on this, and then I decorated, and then I realized I needed... Sorry, I'm shaking the camera. And then I realized I needed to have some more pillows for my dough bowl, and so then I went over to work on some pillows. This is on 36 count Winter Brew by R&R, and that is the called for. And this is how far I got. So I got the whole border done, which you can see from the border. It's really not that big, but the house is pretty full. So I feel like the house will take a while, but I was able to kind of come in the other day and start the roof because I wanted to start over on the house. But I love this, and I'm going to get back to this for sure. I don't know if I'm going to take it with me. I'll show you some of the things I'm thinking of taking. I also got this one too. This was like the companion piece with it. And someone stitched this the other day, and it seemed like it was really fast. But I felt like this one I could also like do in December because it has the snowman, and then I could kind of leave it out with some of that stuff. So I wasn't in as much of a hurry to work on that. And then this is one that I am going to take on my trip with me, and I'll kind of explain why. Oh, I meant to print a picture. Okay, so this is The Third Day of Christmas by Hello from Liz Matthews. And I don't have the cover photo, so I can't show you. But I already, before Carrie, Tiger Lily, and Rachel from Treehouse Fiber Arts, before they were doing it, I already had started this series. So I'm kind of tagging along with theirs. And I don't know if there's, I think they have a Sal. I don't know what the hashtag is, but if I figure it out, I'll put it below. So originally I was going to do all trees. And then on my way back from Asheville, I was listening to Rachel and Sue talk on their video, and they were talking about doing a mix of the samplers and the trees. And I thought that was a great idea because I do like all the trees, and I was going to do them on different counts. But then I thought it would be really, because I want to do this and I want this to be on my mantle, or that's my vision for the project. When it happens, I don't know because I'm only partially done with a tree. I haven't even finished one of them. But I thought it would be really pretty to have some trees and then have some framed of the sampler pieces. So I went ahead and I think it was Kelly. It was either Kelly or Gwen. I don't remember which one was stitching this at the Annabella's retreat. And I was like, oh my gosh, what count fabric is that? And she said it was 18 count fabric flare Ada. And I thought that looks really pretty, number one. And number two, this is a great project to use Ada. It's a smaller count, so the holes are smaller, so you really can't even tell it's Ada. But it gives my eyes a little bit of a break, like if I'm stitching in the car or I've been stitching on linen a lot and I just want to have like, and not that the linen is hard, but I don't use a magnifier because it makes me nauseous. So I am just like either using my glasses or I'm just stitching with nothing. And so my eyes get tired sometimes, which I'm sure many of you can relate. So the Ada, I was like, this is a great break, and it was fun, and I love it. And I love fabric flare too. So I bought some of the pale gray gingham in the 18 count Ada, just like she was using, and I started that piece. And I'm going to do the sampler, and this is the third day, and I will get a picture and I'll insert it here in the video because I forgot to print it off. I didn't get very far. Now, this is my question, and I'm using the called for silk, which I also had already purchased. It's so pretty. I can't decide if I like one strand or if I feel like I want to put two. So this is what it looks like. So this is one of my questions for you guys to tell me in the description box. I know a lot of people use one strand on 18 count because it's also equivalent to 36 count. I don't know if I feel like it's enough coverage. So what do you think? Should I switch and do two strands, or should I just use one? So that's one of my questions. But I love this. I'm for sure taking this with me on my trip to work on. I can't wait to get working on it some more. And this is in one of my Michelle Lee quilt bags. This is one of my favorite ones. I just love, love, love this fabric. So that's why I put it in this bag, because I said I want to have one of my favorite bags. Okay. Last thing of what I am working on, and I did not get very far because I really don't want to be working on this during the week, but I decided after many times looking at this pattern, after Lori, again, I am easily influenced by Lori, showed this finished, I was like, okay, I'm just doing it. So I decided to start a Saviour's Praise by Shakespeare's Peddler, and this is quite large, and I know it is quite large. But I want to use this for my Sunday stitch. So I don't know how long it's going to take, but I love, love, love the colors in this. And I really, I've wanted to stitch it, but I kept holding off because I'm like, I don't know if I'm actually going to do it or not. And it's a big commitment, but I'm like, if I don't start it, then I'll never be able to finish it or have it. So I did order the Beach Brew fabric that she did it on, and I'm using all the anchor floss that it calls for. And I just have a teeny tiny start. I did start this yesterday because I got the fabric. But again, my plan is to work on this on Sundays. So hopefully I can make some progress and stick to my plan of stitching it on Sunday. But it's just so beautiful, and the colors are so beautiful. And I would love this to hang up somewhere in my house. So that is for my Sunday stitch. And that kind of leads me to some plans. I just want to briefly talk, and then I'll get into the haul. I am working on my plans for the new year. I am working with also, in addition to what I am kind of figuring out for myself, I am working with Alicia from the Fanciful Flamingo, and we have a Facebook group. It's not open yet because we're still working out some plans for that, but it's called Stitch Your Stash 2023, I think. So SYS 2023. And once we have it ready, she's kind of managing that. I'll put a link to the Facebook group. But it's really to focus on stitching what you have with what you have. Not to say that purchases won't be made at all, or we're on a spending complete freeze or anything like that. But just trying to go through some of the things that you already have, maybe some older patterns, or stitching from like your favorite designer, or all kinds of different things. But we all have so many patterns and fabric and floss, and people are coming out with new things which are great, and I love to get those too. But I have stuff in my stash, which I'm sure all of you do too, that you also want to get to. So that's kind of going to be that focus of that group. And just to encourage people, I think we're going to try to have some Zooms, maybe do some giveaways, have some like themed months. Or we've been talking about a lot of different things, but we're kind of working together on that. So that is upcoming. I also am making a plan for myself, which I am going to do a completely separate video on once I get that together. So if you have no interest in that, then no worries. It's not going to be my regular video, but I do want to put that out for people who are interested. And I was making notes yesterday, but I'm trying to work on that to get it done probably after, or for sure it will be after Thanksgiving, but I'm hoping like in the first week of December or something. So that's upcoming. Now that leads me to, I was able to get my book of days bound, and I got the clear covers on the front and the back. And then I got, I heard someone else saying they got 5. I just told them to put 10 pages in the back of cardstock. And I did this at Office Depot, and it was either $9 or $10 for them to put 10 pages, put a front and a back cover, and a spiral bound. So I'm going to be using this. I may or may not be using an additional calendar, or making an additional book to like kind of track my projects, because this I more so use to, and I'll talk more about this in the video, like what did I actually do? And this helps me when I get my floss tubes together. It helps me to look back and see, okay, I did stitch on that however many days or whatever I'm going to do. But I like to use this for what I actually did. And then I'm really excited about the pages in the back to use my Sprocket little printer to print pictures of what I worked on and all that kind of stuff. Maybe have some stuff about the retreats in here, but really use this kind of as a journal. And then I'm thinking about making, or actually I am going to make something. If you are part of Michelle Rudy Farm Girl Dry Goods Patreon, she is showing for this month how to make a stitching journal, and I'm going to make that, but I have to go get a couple things to make it. So I'm going to make my own with fabric, and it may or may not have a matching component on this. So that's to come in the future. So that was part of my haul because I got that done. All right, now this is actual patterns and things. These are both from Salt and Pepper Stitching, who Emily Call on Etsy. I saw somebody today stitch this, and I think I already owned this. I don't know, but I bought it again from her Etsy. It's a digital download. I'm going to take this on my trip because I can do this on like 18 count. It will be easy car stitching or in the house or whatever. I don't know how much I'm going to get done, but I'm trying to bring like a couple easy projects. So this is one of her new releases. So cute. This is called Peace on Earth. And I love that ribbon so much. The colors are so pretty. And then this, I did not realize that Homespun Elegance was on Etsy. And this was a PDF. This is a new chart, and it's Santa Ornament 2022. But I thought that was really cute. It looks very similar to the Prairie Schooler, but I know it's not the same. But I thought that was really cute. So those were all from Etsy. And then I did get the cookie cutter ornaments from Fat Quarter Shop. They're cute and easy and small. I mean, this is like full coverage, but they would be easy to do. So who knows? I will not get those done this year. And then this I have wanted this. I don't even know what got me on this. I have wanted to buy this pattern so many times, and I haven't done it. So I finally went and did it. I bought this from Annie B's Etsy shop, Little Pink Houses, but I'm going to put this in my pile for February stitching. But it's probably the colors. I just love this pattern so much. And I bought this from Annie's Etsy shop, and Annie and her daughters have a Flosstube, Annie B's Folk Art, and if you do not watch them, you definitely should. It is quite entertaining, and they have so many good projects. This was something else I've been wanting to get, and I finally found it. Bitter Flower Sampler by Birds of a Feather. This was on Etsy too. And then these are two Christmas things. I do not know when I'm going to do them, but I am going to do it. This I am going, and I feel like there's a hashtag. Elaine from Annabella's is stitching this same exact stocking, but this is it. She was going to do a sal for the stocking, Shepherd's Bush stockings, and you can stitch any of them. I want to stitch at least 3 of them for my kids, and I love this one. And then coincidentally, my son's name is Parker, so I thought, well, this is perfect. I don't have to change anything. So I am going to stitch this for him. I have all of the stuff already in here. I'm thinking I'm going to like start this sometime in December. So I'm not planning on having it done this year. But Kathy Lansbury from the So-and-Sos, she's also doing this. And this made me even more motivated. Nancy, who's her partner on there, she stitched every single one of these. And she showed them on their video, and I am linking it below because it is so inspirational, and it helped me decide the other ones I want to do for my daughters. So thank you, Nancy, for showing all of these. But I am stitching this, and that was haul, and sometime in December. And then I got this because this is another thing I've wanted to get, and it was, someone showed it or on sale or something, but I know Holly, Mrs. Jones Stitches, bought this, and we're going to do this in 2023 together. Stitch 2 a month, I think. But it's these, what is this called? Christmas Countdown 24 stockings. And I think I might make a 25 too. I picked colors, and I picked some fabric to do these on, and I'm going to stitch them and finish them a different way. So stay tuned for how that all comes together. But we're going to stitch this together in 2023. Mrs. Jones Stitches, Holly and myself, and whoever else wants to get on with this. And I think our plan is to stitch 2 a month. They're really small, and it very easily, you could stitch one in probably like an hour or something. They're really little. But inside, it's full color, so that's even better. But this was from Fat Quarter Shop. And then the other part, like the fabric and the floss, I just pulled from my stash. Let's see. Okay, this is from, I'm almost done. This was from, I feel like I found it on Stash Unload, but Carrie from Tiger Lily Designs, she loves Mo's silk, and that's how I found out about this silk dyer in the first place. But she does these grab bags, and so this is the second one I bought, and the other one I actually did start a project with, but I'm waiting to show it until I'm all done because it's something fun and special. But these are the ones that, this was a grab, I got 2 of the grab bags, and it was 4 silks, a thread, a threader, and a needle minder. And these are the silks, so pretty. But I highly recommend checking her out. Mo's Silk. And it's 17.4 yards of silk on these things. So it's a really good deal. This was from Stacy Stitches Creative Studio. And I know she had gotten this fabric in, but I've never tried Grace Notes fabric. And so I thought, well, I mean, I might as well try some from her shop. So I got 32 count, and this is called Snickerdoodle. And I don't know if you can see it, but it reminds me of Vintage Country Mocha. It's really pretty, but it's hand dyed, so it's dyed on both sides. And it was, I'm excited to find something to stitch on this. And then she's also started carrying Gentle Arts floss. So I needed some floss for another project I'm going to start. And then this was both from Brick City. This was Christmas Alphabet by Primrose Cottage, which I have another one of these accidentally. So one will be for a giveaway, but this is her new pattern. And then I also got this. This is Winter Comes by Heartstring Samplery. And I don't know when I'm going to do this, and I'm trying to decide if I want to do the dark or the light. I don't know. I like both of them. But that is all of my haul. Then this was an extremely fun, generous gift. So, Melanie, who's from Farmhouse Needleworks, yep, she makes bags. She won one of my giveaways. And then she said she watches, and she wanted to share some bags with you guys. So she sent me 3 bags, said I could pick one. I picked one of them, which I have a new project in as well, because why not start new projects? And I don't know when I'm gonna start it either. It's another Sal, which if you can't tell, I'm a sucker for a Sal and an exclusive and free things. So if you don't like that, then maybe this isn't the channel for you, but I'm here for all of it. And again, it's all for fun, and you can't finish the things if you don't start them. But Farmhouse Needleworks, she makes amazing bags. This is the first one, which is Teresa Kogut Stitchy Birds, and inside has the stitching fabric. And this has a Teresa Kogut pattern that I've been wanting to start. Come to the garden. So I am waiting for that to come. But she shared with me 2 more bags that are going to be giveaways today. So this is one of them. And this is another. It's so cute. I love it. So thank you so much, Melanie. That was so sweet. And I know everyone is going to love that. Then this was a thank you note, which was amazing. This is from someone who she won a giveaway. She made this card. It's cross-stitched. So pretty. I'm going to put this on display. Let's see. All right, a couple more things and then we'll get to the giveaways. So one thing I wanted to remind you about was the Beach Please retreat that Stacy Stitches is hosting February 22nd, 2024 through the 24th in Clearwater Beach, Florida. And this is more information about it. But you can go to her website. She has a link on the website. And then these are 2 Sals that I am starting. This is with Stacy, and this is Winter Garden by Hello from Liz Matthews. This was a new release, and Stacy is hosting a Sal starting December 1st. So I will be participating with her. I have fabric, and I ended up just, my store does not have Gloriana, but they have Sweetwater, and I went and had them help me match the colors to Sweetwater colors. So I'm going to use the Sweetwater silk, and the colors are like as close as we could find to the picture. And I feel like this is, these were the 2 choices. I'm either going to use White Clay by Fox and Rabbit, or I'm going to use Mayflower by Fox and Rabbit. And then here's the silks. So I'm really excited about this. I love Liz Matthews patterns, and it's just so pretty. All right, so that is that one. And then this I am going to be starting sometime in the next week. I might not get to it till Thanksgiving, but by Thanksgiving, I'm going to start this. So Carrie, who's Tiger Lily Designs, and Sarah, and I don't know her Instagram, but I'll look it up. They are stitching this together, and I have had this and have wanted to stitch it. I also saw Carol Lee from Stitching is Elementary working on it, and some other people I think are doing it too. But this is Feast of Friendship, and I have all the stuff in my bag, and I also am in the Legacy Fiber Arts Fabric of the Month Club, or Fabric of the Quarter, I guess. And I have Millstone too, which this is what Carrie is using, and Sarah. I have the linen, but I thought that this is gonna look amazing on this. So I'm going to do it on Millstone. And then I have all the called for colors to stitch it with. And I'm unsure about the house, what I'm gonna do. I'm going to do somewhat of a patchwork, but I don't know if I'm gonna make it as patchworky as they have. So stay tuned for that. But the hashtag for this is hashtag Friendsgiving I think. But I'll put that below. All right. Lots of stuff happening. But, and this, like, my plan is not to finish, like, I'm not planning to get this finished immediately. I want to start it with them and then slowly work on it. Okay. And then we are to the giveaways. So, this is from last week. Oh, goodness. Okay, so if you win a giveaway, you need to send me an email with your name, what you want, and your address, and I will get them in the mail to you. If you send me your information before Monday, I will mail it out before I leave. If it's after that, I will get it in the mail after I get back. So if you send me something right away, I'll get it in the mail as soon as I can before I leave. All right, so for the first one, there were 5 opportunities to win one of the ornaments, and I'm just going to pick one of them and send it to you. And the winners for this were Richard Stitcher, Joanne Seeger, Heartland Stitcher, Susan Fawcett, and Joy James were the winners of the ornaments. Then number 2 was The Christmas Barn by Shannon Christine and the actual barn. And the winner of this is Dottie Alsawy, Alsawy, A-L-S-A-W-Y. You are the winner of the barn. Number 3 were the floss rings, and there were 3 opportunities for this. And they were these pretty floss rings by a viewer. Christine King, Rob Hawkins, and Jana D. You won those. And then the last one, which was Papa Noel and Nativity, both by Screen Door Needleworks. The winner is Karen, and I'm going to spell your last name, Lehrkinder. You won the 2 charts from Screen Door Needleworks. So congratulations. And again, if you won, send me an email to sweetwaterstitcher.com sweetwaterstitcher@gmail.com down below. And I'll get that in the mail to you guys. All right, so for this week, I have my question to answer, or to enter the giveaway. You need to answer my question in the comments. Use the numbers, like 1, 2, 3, 4, or however many you're interested, or what you're interested in. Be over 18, a U.S. resident, and then also make sure to subscribe to my channel and like the video. I really appreciate that. All right, so number 1 is Winter Petites by Little House Needleworks, and this is compliments of Stacy Stitches. And if you do win this, you will she will mail this to you, and I'll send her your information. So this is number 1. Number 2 is Christmas Alphabet by Primrose Cottage. This is number 2. Number 3 is the Santa bag with this is like a floss holder. So this is number 3. And number 4 is the Happy Fall bag. Number 4. So that is all for today. And also one more thing for Stacy is I wanted to remind you that she is having some Black Friday weekend sales. They are through her email subscribers. So if you're interested, subscribe to her email, which is like her newsletter. And she does send like a weekly email just telling you the things that are new in her shop. But then you have to be subscribed to know about these deals. But they're going to start the Wednesday before Thanksgiving through Cyber Monday. They will be exclusive to those who are subscribed to the newsletter. And then also make sure to put in your holiday orders before December 15th. So just a reminder about that. But she's super quick sending stuff. So as soon as you order something, like that day or the next day, it's in the mail. So if you find anything on her website, remember you can use the code Sweetwater to get 10% off. Also, she has really quick shipping. So I just want to say again, thank you to everyone who's watched. I hope, oh, my question for the giveaways, I forgot. What are you doing for Thanksgiving? Are you staying in town, going out of town? Are you hosting? Are you going somewhere? What are you doing for Thanksgiving? We are going to Kentucky to my some of my husband's family. We're driving. So pray for me in this long car ride with my children. We've never driven this far with them. So it will be an experience. I'm sure I'll have lots of stories when I get back, but it'll be fun. And hopefully I can get some stitching done. We'll see. We're going to drive about halfway or a little over halfway the first day and then drive the rest the next day. So what are you going to be doing for Thanksgiving? So I hope you guys have a great 2 weeks. I'll be back, not next week because I'll be out of town, but the following week, in next week's Thanksgiving anyways. But I'll be back the following week with lots of fun stories, I'm sure, and hopefully some stitching if I can get any done. But I hope you guys have a great Thanksgiving, a great weekend, stay warm, and have get some good stitching done. So, bye.